won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome into Pregaming here at Sports Money. Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Rain, sleet, or snow, Pregaming is good to go. We're getting that fall weather in the air. It's football season. Hockey's around the corner. Can't wait to get after that. Our quest to beat 62.5 units begins tomorrow. Wow, 62.5 units. Sounds crazy. I used to think so. Then we did it live on camera. Nobody won more NHL hockey bets than us. Nobody. That's because we use data, tools, technology, and all the rest to make informed betting decisions. Yeah, I'm on that kick. Let's go. It's a combination over here at Sports Money. Tools, technology, and expertise. Expertise because we're not seeing things for the first time. Experienced. Ready to rock and roll. Wait till you see the post I pop out here shortly. You guys know the deal. What's happening this week? It's a big week to go. Look, I already made YouTube content history. Let me show you guys what it looks like for UFC best bet history, because we're going to go number one there. If you guys haven't seen First Strike, don't miss what the hell I'm talking about. Nobody's got a better pre-fight card record than your boy right here, and I'm ready to go show you guys what it's all about on Saturday. It's going to be a ton of fun. What a lot of fun last night was. Wow. Let me start off with this. Manaea Montas, the Nimmo RBI and the Milwaukee Brewers. I had to look twice. I kept saying it was Manaea that screwed us. It wasn't. It was Montas. Soft toss Montas in his ass. Man, that would have been a nice 10-1. You know, that's why we do the quarter units. We took that Terang stolen base and the Freed under 17.5 outs. Look, we wanted to get paid. We grounded out. We got the Brewers money line. We got the Padres money line. It wasn't easy. It was sweaty. But it presented some great live betting opportunities as well. Here's the thing about these trends, right? It's getting us and the compass pointed in the right direction. We're trying to find true north. Then when you start seeing live betting opportunities, you can jump in and take advantage, because you know we're talking about 60, 65, 70% trends. So when you see an opportunity to grab the Brewers at plus 350, it's worth a little sprinkle. It's worth a little sprinkle. When the Padres go down early and you can catch them at plus 125, it's worth a little sprinkle. We talked about it. We shared the numbers. That's what we do here every Monday through Friday. Trends, angles, analysis, everything you guys need to cook the books. And I got some doozies tonight. It's only right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look, appreciate everybody rocking in here. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's stop here. Let's take a second. Hit that goddamn thumbs up button. You know the deal. Close the comments out. Pop that little thumb there. And then pop the comments back open. Let's go. Need your guys' help, man. Need your help. We're having a good week. We want to keep it running. I mean, it's not a great week, but it's a good week. We're positive units. We'll go through that tomorrow. We'll recap it at the end. And then we're going to get into that NHL. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. I'll tell you what, I got fired up. We had 700 subscribers today. We are just a couple hundred views away from 100,000 views on Sports Money. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's exciting. And it got me jacked up. I was literally up this morning about 4 a.m. grinding. Was reaching out to Ramon, talking about some things that we want to start doing, some different ideas back, and just a great idea exchange this morning, probably before Most of y'all are even up. That's how fired up I was this morning. And that happens. You have a good night, you get fired up the next day, and that's the way we go. It's like when you have a bad day, you don't want to get out of bed. When you have a good day, you want to get the hell up early. You want to kick the day in the dick. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk the wild guy. I stopped myself. Did I just say that out loud? We're going to go after this Mets and Brewers game. We got 2 Thursday college football games and the big Thursday night football spot getting ready. Thursday's the bridge to the weekend. So we're going to have some fun. Look, I dropped it out there in the comments area. I'm going to do it again, and we'll get to the butt rubbing and all that other fun stuff too. Here's the deal. Oh, it's in the comments. Let me put it on the screen. There it is. Some of y'all must have been tripping. You think my boy Razor and I are going to get back after it and go kick the bookie in the face? Get up out of here. We're content guys. We're in the content business, but we're also in the winning cash business and making money. And we're going to try something a little different tonight. Now, fairly confident, with a high degree of confidence, with a medium high degree of confidence, we're going to be able to pull this kick thing off tonight. It's free. You don't got to pay any money to get in there. Just give that link. What Kick's going to enable us to do is stream the games right on the screen. We're all going to be able to watch the same games at the same time. We're going to be streaming both Major League Baseball and the NFL action. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're all going to be able to watch it together. That's the benefit. That's what we're trying to do. We want to get into that environment where we can all sit there at the same time. Nobody's ahead. Nobody's behind. We're all at the same page at the same time. We're going to try it tonight. We're going to see if we can pull it off for Thursday Night Football. It's a big game. It's a huge divisional game between, two decent teams. Tampa Bay, yeah, they chapped my ass with that Eagles game last week. But we also got the Atlanta Falcons, winning teams. Good game. You're damn right we're going live. We're going to have a ton of fun doing that out there. So make sure you guys go subscribe. Get out there when we're done with the show. Copy that link, paste it into your web browser, hit follow, or it's actually it's a little heart button, but it's subscribing, just like you did on YouTube. And we're going to try that out. We're going to try and see how it works. We'll do something different because we do want to get into that environment where we're all looking at the same thing at the same time, right? It's not a lot of fun especially when I'm streaming Eagles games and you guys are 45 seconds ahead of me and you're cheering because Jalen Hurts just got picked off and I'm still sitting there thinking, should I live bet this spot? That's no fun. So I think we've been very successful with live betting, but I think our live betting percentages will go up. So that's today's public service announcement. Kick.com sports_money. Yeah, some asshole took sports money. What are you going to do? That's what it is. But we're going to try it tonight. I think it's going to be fun. And, last minute or short notice, but it doesn't matter. Money don't care. Money don't discriminate. It's going to be a ton of fun to get out there and get that cash. So that's the deal. That's what we got going on tonight. Big games out there. Now, the baseball game starts at 7. So we got to get moving. You guys know the deal. We got 50 minutes till first pitch. Man, we talked about Chireo there yesterday on the show. And then I was hanging out with Sharpie and Noli Knows, our brother Noli Knows out there. Love those guys, man. Had out talking some baseball. Good dudes, knowing the game. Not trying to get into that toxic culture of trolls. Just having a good time, trying to make money. And it was fun because we were, as we were talking about Chireo, some of you guys were there and you saw it. As we were talking about Chireo, he goes out there and hits another home run and ties the game up. I'm still jacked up about that. There was some money on the line. But it was a lot of fun. And excited to see it happen again tonight. So let's get to work. Let's get after it. You guys know the deal. 3 things we do. The best in the business assemble here. So you're going to want to get your pen and paper ready. I know there's only a couple games, but that don't mean this crew don't have a ton of great looks to get paid. And while you're at it, throw your best bets in the chat so we can talk about all the looks you guys are on to cook the books. That's what we're here to do. We want to get that money. We want to get that money. We want to make that money. Make that money. And let's see what's going on. Number 1 commenter in the chat, 99.5% first comment rate, even if he doesn't have a play. He's still got the first comment rate out there, 99.5%. Fuck your under. Play of the day. He's going back to Atlanta's kicker. Coo! Over 7.5 points. That's my fantasy kicker. Hopefully that's the case. The Futon Bets likes Kurt. Sucks at primetime Cousins over a half of interception. I wonder what those odds are. I didn't even look at that. I'm going to put a same game parlay together for that kick stream. So you're going to want to tune in because I think I've got 4 spots that I like in there that should get us over that 10-1 scenario. So we'll see what happens. Redbeard. He's got the fire crotch play of the day. Rashid White, anytime touchdown. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. Plus 1,100 this morning. Sprinkled Alonzo home run. Jeez. I like the way you do business, Redbeard. Mike, let's go. That's good luck to you. I will be cheering you on. Let's get it. Sancho likes the Brewers minus 124. The Falcons minus 2.5. Says lean touchdown. Lean to both unders. NFL 44 and 7.5 in the MLB. NJ Striker like the Bucks tonight. Who's calling me from healthcare? Whoa, hope everything's okay. The Futon Best. Mark Vientos, first plate appearance of strikeout. I was tossing some cash around last night trying to get Hoskins to get the first. Walker hit. He pop flied out. Damn it. Shout out to Justin McKelvey. Sports money is money. Stacks and stacks, baby. Let's go. Joe W's in the house. Andrew G. Flea Mathis likes the Bucks plus 3. Joe W says, big NFL show tonight. Martians disappearing, drinking. I'm ready to go, man. I'm fired up. It's the slow climb up the hill. We're pushing them boulders up that hill. We get to Thursday. We're almost at the top of the hill, man. That's where it gets a ton of excitement in the play. Winner Circle likes Chris Godwin for the first touchdown scorer. I will keep my eyes open for the Sharp report. I fucked this the other day, but that don't mean we can't get it today. NJ Striker says, who's drinking? I'm going to be drinking tonight. I freshened up. Went to the old vodka factory. Got myself a couple bottles. I'm ready for this weekend, man. I'm ready. Jacked up. Irish King. It's good to see you, Irish King. Likes the Mets and Tampa Bay money lines. Talk sports with JT's in the house. Crystal Craig. Cameron Sinnett. Fried chicken last night. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And how many times can we say we're always like one short? It's, I know that's the classic. Haha. Did you see, by the way, parlays, FanDuel, DraftKings, like 90, I don't remember the exact number. It was like 94. It was just such a big number that I was like, whoa, like 94% of their cash comes from parlays. So it doesn't surprise me that we're one short, but we'll get there tonight. I feel like we're going to get there tonight. Shout out to Cliff Yang, says 700 subs. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Irish King says True North. I didn't mean the one, but yeah. Cameron says I dumped a stack of Navy money bags. Redbeard says been fried since 3. Jerry Davis. I did it, Mike. Get off my back. Appreciate you, man. Let's go. Joseph Alvarado, 22 on the thumbs up. Rob McMahon. Let's get these fucking bookies, pimp. Hashtag Baca style. Yeah, man. Let's go. Appreciate it. Redbeard. Gifting a sports money membership. Shout out to Redbeard in the house. Ready to rock and roll tonight. M says it's not crazy. Oh, appreciate that. No, it's just when my brother and I were putzing around back in February, it was like there was like 5 people. I think the first time there was like 3 or 4 people on stream. And it's so exciting to see the growth, bringing guys like Ramon into the squad, getting the crew that we've got assembled, and we're just getting started. Just getting started. I say it, I deliver it. The boys are ready to roll. Bringing in good people, giving them a chance. They're winners. Why not give them a forum to go out there and win and help us win? Irish King says stacks and packs. Let's go. Here's that link again. Cameron Sinnett says took Lindor over a half a walk. Oh, no. Link no worky? Link no worky? All right, listen. It's kick.com. And when you go to the search, it's sports_money. Kick.com, sports_money. I'll send it out there on Twitter again. I put a tweet out earlier today. X. Fucking purists. Lee Davis, let's go. Keith eats every stride, my guy. Looking forward to the kick stream. Yeah, sorry, boys. Fuck. I was all jacked up. I fucked it up. I see you guys. I see it. Hey, man. We've been on a decent run. We had to make up that ground, though, from the afternoon, right? We got that KC under. I'm glad a lot of you guys cashed on that KC under. I love seeing the tickets when you guys give me the shout outs and the DM me and, hey, I followed this. I love that, man. It gets exciting. Everyone's quick to say when somebody loses. But it's great to see the real ones talking about the winners. Shout out to Jay Peasy. What up, motherfuckers? Hell yeah. I had the Padres pregame and I bet them. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll tell you, that's been the biggest key to the success when it comes to live betting. And, I know it's a journey. It's not a sprint, right? But just when you have those numbers and you kind of see where the trends are, if you got a spot that's got a 65% win percentage and you kind of see the game flow, I mean, unless the team's a complete pile of shit, give it a shot. Take a little shot at those bigger plus money opportunities. Dollar cost averaging, right? You got it at minus 120, and then you live bet it at plus 120. Somewhere in there, it's an even money play. Somewhere in there. Shout out to NJ Striker says, nice, Redbeard. Off tomorrow, so give me another. Rob McMahon likes Baker. Shaking Baker Mayfield over 1.5 touchdowns. It's going to be fun tonight. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Oldie says, boots are off. Hope all is well your way. I did sneak into plus 996 3-leg last night. Hell yeah. Let's go. Here we go. Here's our guy, Juggler 23. He's giving us the NCAA football trend, road teams, and conference games coming up. Very close losses of less than 3 points have struggled lately. 71 and 102. 41%. There you go. We talk about those percentages. There it is. Troy State plus 14. Troy State plus 14. Shout out to Skunt Blaster. That was cool last night. Skunt Blaster gifting a second chance survivor. Turns out the second chance survivor entries aren't due until the 6th at 1 p.m., which means we will be giving some more away Saturday, UFC 307. You're not going to want to miss out. That's how we roll. I fucking tell people I'm doing shit at 6 p.m. and they fucking show up at 6 p.m. What was I joking? Shout out to Kelly V says Columbus Blue Jackets Penguins on back-to-back. Mel says, hi, Mike. We'll have more team totals for you this week. Scotty Foster's in the house. The Fixer's here ready to go. Tarek B says, am I the only one that likes the over 43.5? Nope. Scotty Foster says, what you drinking on the weekend? Red Bull and vodka and whiskey. Straight up. Redbeard says, sharpest chat around. Goddamn right. JPZ says, preseason hockey's hard to cap. It is. Irish King's got no preseason lines. Mel says, Mike, get Jack. Hang on. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's tough. Thank you. Sorry about that. It was crucial. It was a crucial stop. Let's go. Flea Mathis says 1. Breaking news. Texas State Troy. Total now down to 56. Troy quarterback Crowder ruled out. Whoa. That's big news. Troy's quarterback is ruled out. Wow. Here's the deal. I can tell some of these people that are popping away on Twitter don't watch Pregaming or listen to Ramon Scott because now they're seeing this line move going, oh, I can get Troy at plus 16.5. Huh. Shout out to Ramon Scott, host of the Morning Steam. Best way to get up and get after it in the morning. Pop on Ramon Scott. Get it done. Shout out to Old E. Man, I'm going to start early. You guys got me fired up. You guys got me fired up, Old E. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for hanging out, rocking with us. I was debating. I got Redbeard and Oldie gifting memberships. We had an onslaught yesterday. I was debating. I got college football cut. I was just debating. How exactly do I want to appreciate our members? Look, you guys, I don't say it very often. It's $4.99 to become a member for a month. Now we got, a couple different packages. We got the silver and the gold. Silver eventually will migrate to weekday plays. And then the gold, you'll get weekends on top of that. But it does help us. Super inexpensive. There's a lot of cost that goes into this stuff. And the new content, big deal. So if you haven't become a member yet, please do so. And if you've been gifted a member, give one. Get one, give one. Get one, give one. Get one, give one. Cheers, you guys, man. Thanks to you guys for rocking with us. It's only Thursday, but shit. The NFL's right around the corner. Jack. Go. Giddy up. All right, let's go. Okay, Mickey Mac told me he was going to be running a little behind today. He's got some things going on. Maybe we'll be done before he gets here. But that's okay. We've been firing in baseball. So let's start with some baseball. You know the deal on Thursdays. We keep it a little more informal with the placard, if you will. But there were a lot of overs yesterday in preseason hockey. But I'm not surprised by that. You know the biggest surprise for me, just as a takeaway, first of all, I told you those Anaheim Ducks jerseys are fire. I like them. I like them a lot. But those lineups that they've been putting out there in preseason are pretty damn close to what you're going to see in the regular season. Not saying go out there and say the Ducks are going to win the Stanley Cup, but my early assessment, might have to take the Ducks just a smidge more serious. Just a smidge more serious than maybe I was anyway. So JPZ tailed Rod Zawacki on the Ducks yesterday. I live bet the fucking Utah Hockey Club. That was a mistake. But it's all good. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's go. We got Mets and Brewers, 7:08 p.m. We don't want to wait. We don't want to dilly-dally and fuck around and miss out. So we got some line movement. We got to talk about this. Now, we had some line movement yesterday that didn't go our direction either. But this line opened at minus 123. It's now minus 120. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Ugh. Okay. Minus 123 now, minus 120. 75% of the bets and 84% of the cash on the Brewers. Then we look at the, and you've heard me use the term before, market stabilization. It's like a head fake for anybody that's just looking to see did the line go down, because the Mets line started at plus 105. Now it's plus 110. The total's at 7.5. 75% of the bets and 66% of the cash on the over. It is juiced to the under. Oldie. My nephew. He says, I did crazy good as the Ducks as a dog last year. I think the cat's out of the bag. I can't wait to. I pulled out the trend book. I got a fucking Excel spreadsheet with about 1,000. Takes a lot of time to figure those things out. So, you save them, right? It's the best thing I can say. I talked to you guys about this the other day on something. I think it was UFC. Google Sheets. It's free. Easy. Archives. Backs up. You can access it from anywhere at any given time. But I did so with, my trend database, the trend database that I've been building and establishing because it works. All right. Jose Quintana. Tobias Myers, a lefty in Quintana, a righty in Myers. Not only a righty in Myers, but a rookie in Myers. How about that? You look at this game. I mean, shit, it's an elimination game, right? Stakes are high. What happens when the stakes get high? You grip the bat just a little tighter, just a little bit tighter than maybe you should. When you start gripping it tight, you start getting more ground balls and pop flies. Lots of that stuff leads to the under. So it makes sense to me that money's pouring in on the over because, public's looking at that going, these games have been over. But you got to expect that these managers are going to manage this game specifically to a elimination factor. You win, you stay in. They might be willing to give the quick hook. Now, Quintana's the lefty, 500 this year, 10-10. Not a bad 3.75 ERA and 31 starts. Serviceable. Let's get back to the hockey talk with these goaltenders. Serviceable. He played well in September. Just 2 earned runs in 25 innings. He had a 25% strikeout rate. Not fucking bad. Tobias Myers, 27 appearances, 25 starts. He went 9-6, 3.0 ERA. A little bit better. Earlier this time around, he pitched, they just, obviously we talked about this the other day, right? They just played this matchup. And, 4 shutout innings, struck out 5 batters. Doesn't seem to be too concerned about these New York Mets. Then you look at postseason. Quintana's a postseason. 0.72 ERA for Quintana in the month of September. 23 strikeouts in 25 innings. ERA for Myers still maintained the low 3s. So these guys kind of, you could argue that Quintana's been on the hotter streak as it relates to this whole thing. For me, this just comes back to the, we talked about this the other day. Think about we talk about the game script. Think about how this thing's going to go, how it's going to be established, right? You could feel. I text Joe T and I was breaking his balls about the Brewers being bad. And I said, but let's not rip our tickets up yet. And then after we saw Chireo get that home run for the second time, just could feel it slipping away from the Mets. And it felt like for sure the Brewers got that momentum. And they're at home trying to advance. We talked about this last night. The home team gets the win. The favorite, we don't see the zigzag 72% of the time they pop off that next game. It's a Brewer spot for me. But I talked about those GMs, what they should be doing, or at least how they should be managing this one. And I double dipped it. I double dipped it because I do think these two pitchers, we talked about Quintana being a stud right now. Myers has been maintaining. He doesn't show any fear when it comes to this New York Mets lineup. I don't think he'll be overly concerned about the situation. And the runs that have been coming into this thing have been like the 5th inning on. So I thought it was a good bet here to take the Brewers in the full game. Full game Brewers. Just going to simplify this. So it's down to minus 120 now. So you're going to get a better number than I got. They went up to 130. It shot back down to 120. So you're going to catch a better number. And I like that first 500 4. If you can only get the 3.5 at plus money, I'd look to see if you can buy it up to 4. If you can't, maybe just like a half unit on the 3.5. Because I want the 4 because I obviously want the push and play. If we do end up seeing like a 2-2 or a 3-1 first 5 inning situation. So that's the way I want to attack. Players that I like in this game. I mean, for me, given that I'm looking at this Brewer side of things here, obviously I'd like Brewers guys here. I think what's his name there? Terang. I like him. I know he's in the bottom of the order, but man, you're going to catch a price on that dude for an RBI right now. If you look at him to go out there and get that RBI, shit. Plus 287. Also, who's got big time playoff game experience under his belt in a lot of games where they needed him to go out there and execute? Hoskins. I know I gambled with him yesterday, but that's a guy that plus 200 for an RBI. I wouldn't shy off of that. I think you can get creative. It's a 7:00 start. You got plenty of options to work with there, but those are two guys I would keep my eyes on. I mean, shit, there's anybody, fucking Nemo gets that RBI right off the gate. I'm like, man, right off the gate. We just couldn't catch that second run that we needed to make it happen. So, yeah. Lee Davis says, Terang's a good look, batting 309 versus the sinker and the four-seamer. Yep. You could probably take a hit parlay. I don't know if there's going to be that many hits. I don't even know if it's worth parlaying two of those RBIs together. I think it's like take 1 and 1, maybe like grab 2 and try to get after it that way. But that's pretty much the extent of how I would get after it. But I'm like I said, I'm on the first 5 under 4. I got the Brewers minus 130. I went to change this slide again. I forgot it's Thursday. Let's talk some college football. How about that? Let's change gears. Let's put our football helmets on. And let's take to the gridiron, Texas State, Troy. We got that breaking news from Ramon Scott. Troy quarterback issues. This line opened at minus 15.5. Texas State came down to 14. With this quarterback news, I love Clemson on Saturday as well, Kelly. I see that, and I love them as well. They flipped the switch. They figured some shit out. So Texas State's now moved to 14.5 with this quarterback news, and it's moving on up. So the splits at this point become a little bit less important. 44% of the bets and 55% of the cash on Texas State. Line dipped, yeah. And then it came back up. This total at 54.5 has gone up as high as now 56. 63% of the bets and 47% of the cash on the over. So the public likes the over. Seems like just a little bit bigger money coming in on the under than not. And the quarterback definitely changes the game in the situation. When I looked at this one, you want to talk about the under. I'll tell you, home teams, opponents got a good offense and a bad defense. Somehow, they're 171 and 106 to the under. Somehow. Despite it being a bad defense. I almost think to me when I read that number, I thought, that's probably a situation where they know their defense is bad, so they're trying to clamp shit down, right? They're trying to overemphasize the defense and making sure that they improve field position when they have to punt the ball away. Obviously, disappointment for Texas State. They've kind of fallen on some hard times here. Arizona State and Sam Houston losses in back-to-back weeks. They can't feel good about that. Certainly not going to be a good spot to be. The thing with Texas State, though, is they pass the ball a lot. 51%. I mean, it's basic. They're just a little over 50-50 in passing versus running. And they're good at it. They rank 69th in the success rate in passing. I think a lot of that has to come down to kind of the weapons that they have out there. When you look at Texas State, who do they bring in? Well, they got Jordan McLeod, right? He's ready to roll. He's a banger. 465 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. James Madison guy. Remember James Madison with that season they had last year. So he's got some success. That was when James Madison's program was just transitioning to Division I as well. But Texas defense stinks. There's no question about it. Troy's offense is middle of the road. I I think the big thing for me, where I don't like Troy, when it comes down to it, seems like their biggest offensive weapons, Devontae Ross, it's a wide receiver. It's not like it's a running back. So when I say big weapon, 28 catches, 408 yards, 6 touchdowns this year. One dude. So if you think about it, you're going to overemphasize your defense because you're Texas State and you're giving up 35 or more points a game. You just got the quarterback switcherooski in there for Troy. That's going to impact the timing and the chemistry that a guy like Devontae Ross has with that guy. If you're improving your defense, you're going to focus in on making sure you shut down Devontae Ross. How did I want to attack this game? I took the first half. The reason I took the first half and not the full game is because Texas State has shown a propensity to implode in the second half. Their plays, if you look at how they've been scoring this season, they have all come, well, not all, but the majority have come from the first half. And then because they're so bad at defense, they're just going to shut down. They're like not trying anymore to go out there and produce 100 points in the game. They're just trying to get that quick start and then maintain that lead. And that's you play prevent defense, it prevents you from winning, right? That's the old adage that we've talked about time and again. So I wanted to attack this first half. I think they start strong. I think the added advantage with this quarterback being switcherooed was a big factor for me. And let me see what the number is right now. First half. 7.5 is still out there. Two sites, Bet Rivers and FanDuel, have 7.5s. Now we have 8.5s out there. It's moving. It's moving. I'd still take it. I don't give a fuck. It's actually, I like it even more because of the circumstances. Think about this young kid coming in here trying to replace him out. Throws a turnover in short position. Positive field position for Texas State. We already know they like to bang in the first half. Quick score. Figure it back out. They're throwing the ball all over the fucking field. They got a guy that's a transfer from James Madison that can do it. I think it's a bad spot for them boys out there for Troy today. Yeah, take them points. Go ahead. Take the 4. It's now it's 14.5 now. Looks like it's juiced to the 14.5 to the plus 14.5. I don't think it's going to get to 15. This game starts in 20 minutes. I just like that first half. I just think that's the play. I think there's no reason to wait for this full game. You're going to have plenty of shit to bet on this afternoon or this evening. So I wanted to get in and out of this thing. I took that first half. I'm going to rock and roll with it. Let's get to the window. Let's talk about this second college football game. Sam Houston. I got a nice little trend for you guys in this one here. Sammy Hugh. Yeah, well, 7.5s are still out there at FanDuel, Peasy. And BetMGM. So I would still take it at 8.5. I don't like the point. It's a full 1.5 move, but I don't like that. But this isn't a circumstance where it's like you're trying to get on the back end of the line move. This is move because the quarterback's out. So, if you can explain the line move, right? We talk about that. If you can explain the line move, fire away and don't think twice about it. And I think we can in this case. Now, obviously it's getting steep, but if you can catch an alternate spread right now, the alternate spread on DraftKings for minus 7.5, so 126. It's minus 150 for 7. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to take it again at 8.5. I love that news. I love that Ramon came in there and gave us that news. Oh, you don't use those books in California. You have alternate lines? I don't know. I'd still take the 8.5. I just took it again. I'm good with that. All right. Let's go. 2 more games. Then we got to get you guys set up on Kick. Kick.com. I'll do it live on screen with you guys over here. We'll take a look at it. Sammy Hugh and UTEP. What a shit game. We got a total. Let's start with the side. 12.5 has moved down to 10s. 64% of the bets and 70% of the cash are at Sam Houston, and it's reversed the movement. You got UTEP, home team, big spot, big opportunity, shit team. We got a total that started at 49.5. We started to see some 50s. It went, I think, as high as 50.5, but It's kind of settling back down now. So 66% of the bets and 69% of the cash sitting there. What's up, Pete? It's good to see you, man. On the over. So the cash is coming in on the over. It's kind of settling or nestling back in here. I don't know, just to start this off, I don't know how you lay this many points. I mean, I get it. You know, if you look at UTEP, they're 1-3. They're 0-1 at home, 1-2 on the road. They certainly still don't have a home advantage. They're 1-2 as a dog. It's just a lot of points. They're not winning their own 4 straight up. 0-3 in the dog roll. They're just not good. It's not a good team, but they battle right around that number. They lost to Colorado State. Now, Colorado State's not the same Colorado State they were last year, right? But they lost by 10. They were getting 9. They lose to Liberty. These are 2 road games, by the way, back-to-back road games. They lose by 14. They're getting 24. They cover. They shit the bed against Southern Utah, fucking shittiest team maybe in college football, 27-24. And they got roasted by Nebraska. Sam Houston, though, big win against Texas State. Here's the thing. This is why I can't get into this number. This is bloated. You guys, we talk about this all the time. When a team comes off a big win spot, they're going to inflate that line the next day. And Trans-Canada. As long as you stay away from, you know who to stay away from. 40-39. My family is of Canadian descent, so that could very well be a possibility. Trans-Canada. We are American through and through, but you know, my daddy's daddy type of thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, Sam Houston 40-39 against Texas State. They were getting 11. They busted them up. Beat that Texas State team. That's why that's such a big play for Texas State. They can't fuck around this next game. They got to start strong. But as you look at this side of things here with this game, the one that I looked at the most, you know, I guess there's a couple things, right? It's a big conference game for Sam Houston. You know, home dog losing the previous away game. Home dog losing the previous away game. That's UTEP against Colorado State. 46-16. But we got ourselves a little overtrend. It's almost identical. Home dog losing that was in conference. Home dog losing the previous away game, though, the over is 47-16. And when the spread is 50 or more points, it's 25-15 to the over. Sam Houston's defense is awful. How do you define awful? You give up 39. Yeah, they gave up 11 to New Mexico State, but 13 to Hawaii. UCF, they gave up a 45 pack. They gave up another 14. They're giving up touchdowns. The thing that I looked at, though, for me, as I evaluated this game was UTEP's equally as bad. You know, neither one of these teams measures high in the big play frequency, so it's got to be the grinder spot. But if I was going to define this game in one word, would be thanks, Trans-Canada. Pace. You hear me talk about the Flyers, right? They're too stupid to know they're bad. I'm going to reserve the right this year to say that at this point. But UTEP runs a fast-paced game. They roll out there. They don't care. Now, could that hurt them? Potentially. They're not good offensively. They lack the proficiency on offense to be able to go make shit happen. But they're 22nd in the full college football landscape in seconds per play. You got to be good to be able to score and get, to win the game. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but I think with that tempo, it's going to create a lot of different turnovers and downs and different positions for these guys to go out there and make shit happen. Couple that with those over trends. I got pace. I got over trends. That leads me to an over. I got the 50. I took that 50. UTEP over 50. What do you want to say? I mean, Sam Houston's, 2-3 to the under. UTEP's got 4 straight unders in a row. Those are spots that I like to exploit because, again, we're shaving off the expectation from Vegas on how these numbers are going to boil down Taking that over 50. Give me UTEP over 50. Pace be the name of the game. What we need with that pace, we need UTEP to find a couple touchdowns. Maybe 17 points. Maybe we need 17 points from UTEP, and we get that thing over. But we'll keep our eyes on it. We'll see what they're doing at halftime. Does that present? If they don't have a touchdown by halftime, we're going to be in trouble, I think, with this total. But I like it. I think it's a good look. I think with that 35-15 to the over spot there, when we're pegged it at 50, I think we're in a great spot. That's the live bet situation too. If they score early and that thing balloons up to like 60, well, then we can start to think about bringing it back down, and we'll have a nice little 10-point buffer. But if they don't score early, we get that thing down to like 42. You'll hear this when we're talking on the live stream tonight on kick.com, sports_money. That we'll figure it out. We'll be looking to live bet and get after it. So taking that under, or I'm sorry, taking that over. Woo, there's a big difference between the under and the over, right? That's like we talked about yesterday. So a couple trends for you guys as I looked at that, but let's go. Let's talk about this NFL game and let's get up out of here. Got some shit to do before we get rocking and rolling. And we got the Bucs. We got the Falcons. Both teams coming off of wins. Wait till you hear this trend that I've got for you guys here. It's a good one. It's a simple one, and it makes a shitload of sense. Absolutely. Bucs open up as +3. They went all the way down to 1.5 before we got buyback this afternoon. They're now sitting at 2.5. 73% of the bets and 73% of the cash are on the Bucs. And the total's dropping. 44.5 down to 43.5. Looking like an under with 77% of the bets and 68% of the cash on the over. I see my guys backstage. He's fanning himself. He's getting ready. He's getting prettied up for you guys. NJ Striker at 49.5. I take it. I mean, the trend for the over was in play, but the fact that it drops down, if it was a 50 plus, that the number got even bigger. So those are some things that I would consider. But I'm still, I'm not scared of some of these line moves. I mean, yeah, I don't like that it didn't go up. It went down, but let's bring our guy on. He looks like he's getting himself prim and proper for you guys in the chat. He's going to shout you out. Let's bring him in. Let's get this thing right. He doesn't like this thing either, but let's bring him on. It's Thursday. It's my homeboy. Home of gambling. Las Vegas, Nevada. Wonder if he's a UNLV fan. Let's bring in Mickey the Mac, Daddy. Mickey the Mac, how are you?
Mikey, what's going on?
Same
There we go.
shit,
How we
day,
doing?
brother. How are you?
Let's get it. I could have been better, but I'm hanging in there. I'm feeling a little bit better. So let's go.
Catch the vid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick. I'm good. I'm all right.
Rain, sleeter.
Too many people around here. Too many people in from out of town. Tons of bitches. You know how it goes.
Leave me alone. Let me know how you made out after you leave.
What's up? Let's hit this game that's about to pop off. I don't have anything in it, this college game. I do have a prop that I'm on here in it. Let's get right to it. These games are not the most intriguing. It's both with both the dogs real quick. It's how they're going to score. Because that's what I have a problem with is with UTEP. You were just touching on, Mike. Can they score here? And that Sam Houston defense is a lot better. It's more like the second half than it was in the first half of that game last week. So that was my lone thing. But in this one here, I think Texas State could win it. I like where you're looking at them first half, you said, because you definitely don't want this fucking team full game. They've been dreadful the second half in it. I want to go to the quarterback here. This is where the prop that I like the most in it, and we looked on both sides. The quarterback problem with Troy. They even have Ross up. I don't mind the running back for Texas State. But give me Jordan McLeod here. I'm not the biggest rushing quarterbacks and their rushing yards in college because the sack and everything minus, but I took over 14.5. He's still a dual threat guy. He doesn't run it as much as he, maybe crazy, but he does enough. 14.5 rushing yards. Jordan McLeod. That's my prop here in this game. Over. So there we go.
I like it.
Let's get to the
I was
NFL.
just talking about it being the he's got to be the difference maker for them boys out there, especially coming off that loss. They can't fuck around. He's got to be focused. He's got to start. He's got to stretch drives out. If he's got to use his legs to do it, then so be it.
Shout out to the chat. Trans Canada. My dude, what up, what up, what up? Hugh Janus, yes, I get a lot of Max Muncy at a lot of places. J Dub, Old E, Jay Stryker. Shout out to all you guys. Scum Blaster. JP Easy, my dude. Dodgers, baby. Beat these fucking Padres. You know what I'm saying, Mikey?
I fucking hear you. I don't know about that first game.
I don't know if they can do it. No, a lot of faith right here.
I get some trends that we'll talk about for that first game, but
Yeah, I don't love it. Who are you on tonight in the baseball game?
I took the Brewers. Give me the Brew Pops. They're down to -120. I don't like that either, but look, baseball doesn't believe in the zigzag theory. It's not like other sports. It's not basketball where they win one, they win one. It doesn't happen like that. They busted them up yesterday. They caught that momentum after Chireo pops that second home run out there, and I think it's never looked back here as the Mets get toasted.
I think you might be right. And I liked the Brewers yesterday. I don't think I got back them today. I think I'd be on the Mets or nothing.
I like the first 5 under 4. What do you think about that? You got any read on the total?
I don't mind it. Yeah, especially with the 4 there. I kind of liked more runs the first game. I didn't really love the over second game, but it got there with the 3 runs from the Brewers in the 8th. But everything's a little tight, game 3. I hate these game 3 too, these short series. It's just the variance is just so, it's it. It's 2 and 2 and then you're out. You know what I mean? So it's like, should have 5s and 7s. That's it.
So we got the
Let me go grab this. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's go to NFL. Let me bust this trend out for you guys. Then we'll bring C-Mac in here, or he'll come back in here, and we'll figure this thing out together. You guys ready for this one here? Intersecting zeros. I get jacked up when I see intersecting zeros. Fires me up. Atlanta, 0-8 against the spread and straight up. After a game they had more field goals than touchdowns, they've lost every single one of them. Shout out to Oldie. Gifted another membership. My brother. Let's go, man. The membership gifting has been like Christmas in July. Yeah. It's October. See, Max, you hear that one there? 0-8 when they scored more field goals than touchdowns that following game. Kind of makes sense, right? All right. You snuck a win out of there. You were kind of lucky to get it, and because you're kind of able to find touchdowns, you're losing those next games. Tampa Bay, Shake and Baker, 7-0 against the spread, 7-0 straight up when they're playing a team that doesn't get pressure on the quarterback, as defined by less than 8 sacks a game. They won them all of them straight up. They've won them all by almost 18 points a game. On average. I'm not talking about Kirk Cousins in primetime. We know he's a pile of dog shit. But I would almost think the contrary there. Like at some point, it's got to regress. Primetime road dogs, less than 3.5 points, are 30-5 when they're off a game that they beat the spread by 7 or more points. When they wax the team and they're in the dog roll on the road in primetime, they cook. They stay cooking. Guess who I'm taking, C-Mac?
Don't tell me you're taking the Falcons.
No, I'm taking the plus 2.5.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think I'd like to have over 3. I think the 2.5 is fine with Tampa. Even with Atlanta last week, the 2.5 was good enough for the Saints. This team just doesn't win, and they don't win by margin, even at home when they've won in the past years before Kirk Cousins. It's like they eke out wins, but I mean, at field goal at most. Like it's been there's not a ton of games where the Falcons where they win by 2 touchdowns, and you're like, meh, So I like the play. a lot in this one. This is a game I didn't mess with the total here, Mikey, and you know how much I love unders Thursday night. Before this was 44. I lean over. I'm not messing with the total here, and I've been on a ton, and not enough said to me when I went through everything to take it, with these unders that I've been cashing on Thursday night, especially Thursday night football. So I'm off the total here in this one. And it's moved a little bit. What cash do you have on the over here, the money and stuff? You got over money though, right?
Yeah, 73%. Oh no, sorry. Hang on. 77 and 68.
Yeah.
I took a teaser too, because I did. Whoops, I fucked that up. Whoops, hang on.
I want to see real quick.
Because I do like that over. Now, there are some commanding trends to this under for the totals.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams. And it's not just prime times. It's not just the prime time unders. But look, despite the fact that Atlanta can't find the end zone, these boys can fire. They can still fire.
But yes, but finding the end zone, then you'll find it. It'll kill you if you're on an over field goals.
Yeah.
Especially in the NFL. A little lower at this number, but man, it just makes me not want the total,
The Bucs are
cashing on the unders.
The Bucs at 9-0 to the under off a regular season win by more than a score. What was that Falcons one? Let me see if I can find that Falcons one real quick. Falcons are 0-15 when they're on less than 9 days rest.
Yeah.
Coming off a game as a 2+ favorite. I can't find that Falcons one. I thought I was going to be able to find it really quick, but I can't. So I had fucking college football, NFL. I got all kinds of fucking windows open right now. I can't find it. But nonetheless, I'm going to take some points in this game. I know it's prime time. I get it. But I don't know. I feel like at 37.5, if 28-10 is a very feasible score I could see in this game, that it's going to be a sneaker to get there. But I think Tampa Bay is going to kick the shit out of Atlanta. I just don't see. It has nothing to do with Kirk Cousins in prime time. It has nothing to do with, it's the shake and bake factor, man. This fucking guy was literally available for a fucking bag of used footballs, and Tampa Bay's made the most of it. Now that shit with the Tom Brady, we're making football fun again. Like, I don't buy into that hype, but look, one thing I thought Baker did well in Cleveland was shoot a hell of a fucking commercial. Remember the commercial where he showed up to the stadium and the security guard was like, "Look, Parker."
Oh, yeah.
But 3-1, they're 1-0 on the road. The thing about this too, you want to get into the details a little bit more, is the Falcons don't have shit for a home field advantage. You look overall with what they've done, they just can't do it. Now, the thing about this game is, as far as kind of getting into some of the analytics and how you kind of think it's going to go, is, it should be a running game in theory, right? The Falcons allow the 7th most rushing yards a game. They're almost 150 a game. The Bucs, they're not much better. They're 11th most rushing yards allowed at 132 a game. Mm-hmm. They gave up 7 rushing touchdowns this season already, which is crazy, which is fucked up that Saquon Barkley couldn't be effective. That fucking Nick Sirianni. That being said, though, Bijan Robinson, Rashid White are all great plays. Bucky Irving is the most popular bet rushing prop, both touches and yards for this game today. But the reason I kind of flipped the script, and I like this, if it's going to be a running game like that, we're looking at the under for sure, or not for sure, but a good belief in it. But these offensive coordinators are pass the ball guys. Cohen, Robinson, offensive coordinator, they love to get that ball out there and try to exploit those teams. So, yeah, Mike Evans should absolutely be a target. I know he's going to be juicy, but, Baker Mayfield's got a 106.
Look for him in the end zone. Look for him in the end zone, because he does go – he's just a big play guy, and sometimes he disappears out there, which receivers do. And Godwin's really been the guy. At least to start the year, he's just been Baker's go-to. But for a touchdown at plus 150, right around there, 145, I think he's the guy to look to.
I'll tell you the guy that I like for a touchdown, Drake London, plus 175. He leads the team in red zone targets. So,
Shit. God, Pitts is horrible.
Right.
He's the guy. The other guy, Ray McLeod's gotten some, some action. Pitts has just been, man, he's been a bust. So, yeah.
And Pitt's touchdown price is like sitting at that 375-ish range. I mean, the books don't even really think he's going to get one. So, that's a tough spot for him. But I would look to London. I just haven't figured out who I want to try to fuck around with on the Tampa Bay side of things. I expect.
We'll just put that in there. Yeah. And I like Godwin. They're just bumping it up. Like, he's just gotten so many targets. His receptions are 6.5. The yards, I think it's like right around 66. I think Otten is the look. His TD's almost 4-1. I'm gonna have a piece. I'm gonna have a piece of that. I'm gonna have a piece of it. And On is over 29.5 receiving yards in that one as well. It kind of correlates if he's that low and his receptions are 3.5. But I'll just stick to the yards in this one. I think that can kind of go as well, but just the yards. And I'll have a piece of the TD. 390.
I like that. I like that look. I was just looking to see if there was anybody else, I like to play the touchdown. I like to, I'll take a shot at him. I don't like to get 16.
Yeah, I don't go crazy. Yeah. I mean, even the first ones while you do the live stream, like, put $50 on one of those. You pop one that's like 8-1. Shit,
You're feeling pretty damn good about yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Pitts is sitting at plus 310. Evans at plus 145. You know what I might do? I might parlay together Evans and what's his name there?
Drake.
No, yeah, thank you. I was just looking. I'm scrolling too fast. At plus 175 for Drake London and plus 145 for Mike Evans. I think I'm going to get that into play. I'll pull the trigger by the time we go live. Like I said, I want to put a same game parlay together as well, but I think that's how we're going to do it. C-Mac, like I said, double plays for me. I got the Bucks plus 2.5, and I got the teaser at plus 8.5, and the over 37.5 on FanDuel. FanDuel changed. It seems like those numbers are getting jacked up now. Minus 115s in some spots, and got to shop around for them teasers. I know that's kind of becoming more of the norm. We're gonna start seeing minus 1.
Shop around for your props too. I mean, some of these places really hose you.
Really try
for that as well.
Beating on you.
Yeah.
C-Mac, that's how we put the bow on this show, my friend.
I love it. Shout out to the chat.
Hugh Janus says we might see Penix tonight. I thought a sneaky play might be a Michael Penix, either passing or rushing touchdown, or a passing or rushing touchdown. Because Kirk Cousins has got that's still coming off that Achilles thing. I mean, we've seen how that's affected, Aaron Rodgers, and that's not an easy move to kind of deal with when it comes down to it. So I kind of like that Michael Penix. I mean, his anytime touchdowns plus 3,000.
Damn.
I mean, it's definitely a dart. It's not. See, let me ask you this. I asked this last night when I was talking to Sharpie and Noli Knows. What would the price have to be for you to consider Shohei Ohtani to throw a strikeout? One strikeout.
What do you mean, though? He's going to pitch?
Do you think
he's not going to pitch? He's not going to pitch.
So I was telling
they're not going to pitch him. They're not going to pitch until next year, right?
If the prop became available, what would the price have to be for you to say, I'll take a stab at it? Even if it was like a $50 sprinkle or a $25 sprinkle. Plus 1,000? Plus 2,000?
Yeah, I have no idea. I just don't think that's happening. It is not happening. He's not going to even pitch. And after a season like this, I don't know how much he really needs to be pitching going forward.
He should just be back.
Exactly. So after what's just happened too, I mean, I know he's a competitor, but I think that it takes him just down for all that he has to do. And he's a great pitcher as well. That he's more the 35 home run guy that he was. And he got injured a lot in Anaheim, but
Here's my strategy. If the Dodgers beat the Padres and they advance to the next round and they win again and they get themselves into the World Series, if that prop is 20-1 or better, I will put $25 on it.
We'll see. He has been throwing. I've seen him slowly doing long toss and stuff because he didn't pick up a ball for I don't know, almost a year.
If the Dodgers made the World
Taylor.
Series, can't you see that being one of those things where they're like, what a miraculous comeback. He wasn't going to pitch this year.
Well, you know what? If they used the feel, yeah. But Dave Roberts' stick up his ass and the analytics up in the fucking top, they won't even lay down a bunt with a guy or move a guy over it. There's no feel anymore with him in the postseason. There's no yank him. It's like he has to go the certain amount. And it's really shot him. It's been horrible. And some decisions have kind of worked out, even when they won the World Series 4 years ago. And there's been others where it's just, and they've been bad postseasons. Don't get me fired up, Mike. Get me the fuck out of here. God damn it.
I appreciate you joining.
Piss me off.
I know you're under the weather, my friend. Look for that 20-1 in the World Series. Maybe they'll get there.
All right.
But any closing thoughts? Anything else you want to share with the people? Tell them what's going on. Obviously, hitting the books. The hit college football show taking over YouTube by storm. If you guys haven't done so already, get out there and subscribe to the Hitting the Books channel. Them boys can become monetized at 500, and they deserve it. They deserve it more than the rest of us here, grinding out on a Monday, busting down all those cards. Get out there, subscribe to Hitting the Books. C-Mac, we're going to go live on Kick tonight. Razor and I.
Shoot me a link. I'll jump on.
We're going to stream the games live on screen. Kick allows you to do that. It's going to be fun.
I love it. Yeah.
I will shoot you the link. You guys, if you haven't done so already, like I said, get on over there, C-Mac. Appreciate you rocking with us, my dude. I'm gonna make sure I get this link right to get everybody set up to go out there and check out Kick. Kick.com, Kick.com. And it's sports _ that's not how you do it. Sports _
Shout out Justin, Kelly. Shout out to all you guys.
That's where you're going to find us tonight, you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Razor Sharp, Mickey the Mac, myself. I know Fanatical Jim will be there. MMA Jeff will be there. We'll probably see every stride there around the second half. It's going to be a ton of fun, you guys. I'm excited to get after it. We're going to be watching games on screen together, having cocktails, doing what we do. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you to the gifted memberships, Redbeard, Oldie. Appreciate you guys helping us build this community. Blessing our action tonight as we move forward. Let's have a big night tonight. Let's kick the bookie right in the nuts, C-Mac. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 6